serious. In the bottom left, we do have herO, still playing on the account DKZ herO. And in the top right, we do have Reynor. Of course, playing for Basilisk. Trying to remember who herO is playing for right now. I can't remember, but he is definitely on a team. He's on one of those Chinese teams, I think. He was teammates with Dark for a long time, and then I think Dark moved over to Team Talon as a single player, I think, getting picked up there. I'm trying to remember, he still has a couple of teammates. I just can't, for the sake of love. Sake of God, or whichever you like more. I can't remember. Now, we are playing on post-youth though. This map has that in-base, and Reynor's going for the out. Oh yes! Weibo Gaming, thank you so much. Thank you so much. He's currently playing for Weibo Gaming, actually. In fact, you are correct there. Live on end. Thank you so much for helping me out there. Now, as I said already, we have that in-base. It has gold. It will boost your economy. You need basically less workers to get the same amount of income as like this blue base. But Reynor is gonna decide to go for the frontal base. And this is something you see extremely rarely on this map. Because you can just hold your natural with this opening, you know. This is the path you have to hold to your to defend your natural. But I mean, it is exposed from the air side. If we look at this, there's a big angle you can come in and just harass this or this. The gases are kind of safe, which is kind of cool, but that's about it. And this one also opens up creep out on the map already. So you will be able to push out, reach out further, earlier in this, with this expansion pattern here as Reynor. But you will kind of eat into your income a little bit. You know, especially if you have something like this. Currently, the income should be ramping up really good here for herO. As you can see, he's already taking that lead with those gold patches. As soon as this is fully saturated, this is gonna be swing back or even out basically. And as soon as Reynor can take this base and get this one saturated, it's gonna swing into Reynor's favor. Now, this is gonna be his idea basically. He wants to take this gold, but in a macro manner. He wants this as his third base, and that's why he's skipping out on these 3 patches of gold. You could always take this as a 4th base. It's a safe 4th base location. So yeah. I'm usually a lurker, but glad to help. Thank you so much. I'm always grateful for all the lurkers as well. Lurkers are probably some of the best viewers, the most loyal ones. Now herO has his stalker out. He's gonna see if he can fight an overlord trying to patrol in and scout, but there is none, and Reynor only has that one in front. Now herO has like no information. He doesn't know that this is occurring. If he would see this, he would probably already be going out on the map and pressure. Oh, but doesn't even matter. He's going for an all-in anyways. It's herO. In a best of 5, you at least gotta see 2 all-ins. Now this is gonna be a charge slot all-in. I was saying this earlier, when we saw a creator play, for example. You rarely see those charge slot all-ins anymore. It's gonna be how many gates? So he is producing... this is a little bit weird right now. I think it's gonna be 7 gates? Yeah, we're looking at 7 gates right now. Now, Reynor is gonna... Oh my god, is he gonna... I can't believe he misplaced that pylon. Now he's gonna lose the game because of a misplaced pylon. This is also so herO-like. Now, Reynor knows about everything, but this might still be... in time? That freaking pylon being misplaced is making me so mad, you can't believe it. Now he knows, he sees the Zealot, he sees them run fast, he sees them charge now. He sees the War Prism, he's gonna kill it with the Queens. Can herO play from behind here? Let's quickly sum this up. Now he has these Zealots still working on those Queens. He's gonna hatch some roaches, he's gonna definitely defend them, but he will lose some. He will most likely lose at least 2 more Queens. Maybe 3? We're not gonna focus on the links because this is the more important thing that's gonna happen here. Can he kill all of the Queens? Now he kills all the Queens. So there's literally no queens right now. This is a huge production stifle. There's one more inject that's about to expire here. And there's one more down here. So yeah, it's not that terrible actually. And herO is just gonna go for a follow-up. This could be enough. It could be enough to overwhelm. It's just gonna say, alright, it didn't work. I have another prism. I killed all of your queens. You can't inject. So you can literally, if you make links right now, it's gonna be a big disadvantage for you. And you don't really have the income to keep on producing roaches. So yeah, he should be spiking up in money soon. Reynor that is. Because maybe, that's the only hope here for herO, maybe, oh my god, Reynor cannot keep up the production. And that's what it's kind of looking right now. He's already spiking up in money, he's already sitting at 300 minerals right now. But if he can snipe that prism one time more, he might be able to stabilize. This is on knife's edge right now. Chasing the prism with spores, literally. While not trying to not die to zealots here. Now the zealots want to kill some drones, but drones not really pathing in a favorable way for them. Some zealots get up into the main, as you've seen already, all of the queens that die. Roaches are starting to fall here. Things are falling apart. Reynor is gonna GG out, and herO still clenches the win. Oh my god, I can't believe it. He got scouted, like in the worst possible way, right? Then his prism got sniped by queens. But the weapon went through, so all of the zealots, there was nothing to defend to go in front of those queens. He needed to pull drones at that point. He needed those queens to survive, or at least some of them to survive. Now, he didn't pull the drones, he lost all the queens, and that's where the only kind of potential comeback for that next round of the all-in was possible for herO, and he's such a clutch player. He identifies that situation correctly, and he makes it work. Wow, what a play there by our Protoss player. Post Youth, crazy map, man. That was crazy. Wow, very action-packed. That was really on knife's edge for both players, literally. Can't get much closer than this one. Next map is gonna be Golden Aura, a map that Protoss players have been favoring a lot, because it is so hard to reach out onto more and more bases the longer it goes for the Zerg player. That is of course gonna be a best of 5, and we're currently sitting at a 1-0. And this is in the top left it is herO, and in the bottom right it is Reynor. These games are a little bit older, they are from the old patch, but don't worry about this one. They're good games, as you can see. I'm probably gonna go into some games from the new patch tomorrow. I have already something set up there, but I really wanted to finish this one up. Reynor is gonna go for an expansion here. Normal expansion patterns. herO is gonna go across the map after his gateway, not gonna go for that block attempt. And let's see what he's gonna do. It shouldn't be that charge all in again, so yeah. But is it going to be a Twilight? That's what I'm interested in. Is it going to be a Twilight opening, or is it going to be a Stargate opening? Huh? He saw that, Overlord. Okay. So he's faking a cannon rush. He gets a pull of 3 drones, and in fact he is making a cybernetics core before his nexus, so the tech will be out a bit faster. But I think the gamble didn't pay off, because Reynor didn't really pull any workers. On the other way around, like on the flip side, if that actually would have been a forge, he could have cannon rushed this position. And Reynor would have needed to cancel the hatchery. This would have gone really messy very fast. But yeah, you're already trying to force his opponents, a little bit of mind games there. But it is not only mind games, also money investment for him. And I feel like that really didn't pay off. Reynor definitely reading this correctly, getting the better end of this. He also saw this with the Overlord now. Of course, he sees this is a full wall. This is very interesting. It's a full wall. Now we have units coming outside of that wall. This kind of should indicate a 2-base play, and yeah, as you can see, Twilight Council is on the way. What kind of 2-base, what kind of Twilight is this gonna be though? Now, actually, if I'm Reynor, I'm trying to snipe this probe as hard as I can, because that's the only worker outside of this wall. And if you ever want to get a faster warp point, a forward warp point, and don't want to invest into that robo, this is gonna be your hero. Now, hero is bringing it back, and he's actually might throw down another base. Now, he's gonna throw down a robo. So, yeah, I really wonder... Is this open? No. Maybe he's only now realizing that... Is he gonna pylon jump? I know there's an adept poking in the south. I just want to see if he pylon jumps. He's gonna make a... Dark Shrine. Please, hero. He selected it for a second. He's gonna pylon jump this one. That's all I'm interested in right now. Now, Reynor, by the way, going for a 3rd base. He has a Link scouting the map. He has not committed to any tech yet. And he's going into a Roach Warren. But is this probe eventually gonna pylon jump? Now, he's gonna stay on the outside. And in fact, it's gonna go over to fake a 3rd base, kind of. So he clearly doesn't have the money. He's making 3 pylons currently. So this is where you know you're not gonna see a 3rd base. This is gonna be 3 gateways only though. So maybe, yeah, he's actually gonna make the Nexus now. I wonder why he made so many pylons though. That's a little bit weird. I mean, look at this. He's at 28 open supply. Loses a Stalker. A little bit unfortunate there. And still not making that Nexus. Actually going into an extra gas. Is hero playing here? Making sheep battery now? If he loses this probe before he can set down this Nexus. What is this? DT Blink? He's selling this so hard. I'm even sold on this one. Doesn't cancel the shield battery. So he has his DTs kind of dealing massive damage across the map, right? That's why he's not focusing on the defense. And he's just making DTs and DT Blink. Okay, so it's a DT Blink all in, I guess. So he kills 1 base. There is no lair, of course, so only spores are gonna be a friend. Reynor is trying to surround that spore crawler so he can keep this position alive. Yeah, he's gonna try to recall these DTs, but they're not gonna do anything. I mean, they're not gonna get out. Now these 3 DTs trying to pressure the front. The wall has been breached. Overcharge being used here to keep that Stalker actually alive. I can't believe it, man. That's why the ability needed to go. Now DT Blink, and this is seen by Reynor. He knows about this. But what is this? It feels so bad, kind of. I mean, he sniped his base. We all saw that one. That's what keeps him in this one, right? So it's 2 base against 2 base right now. And this is a very limited production for Reynor. And also, like, look at this. 27 drones. He has so many workers, but he can't utilize them. He's not even getting these gases. I mean, only now. He's still not mining from them. Getting an evolution chamber. He's trying to push out the creep again. Now, what is he doing? Blinking out. Okay, so I was wondering if he blinks in and tries to snipe the spore crawler. But the lair's done. So even this super fast DT blink. Now, I don't know what it's doing for him. Now he's going into a 3rd base. He's going into double forge. He made a traversable wall. And he's gonna come in again with these DTs. And he's gonna blink on top of these queens, man. Can 4 DTs one-shot a queen? I need to see. Where's that DT? The ones that walked away. There they are. How much damage? 45? No, they shouldn't, right? That's not enough. Wait, 40 Ts? 4 times 4 is 160? Oh yeah, they can. It's just enough, right? Should be just 5 damage enough to kill a queen in one swing with 4 DTs. That's kind of crazy. Yeah. They have a lot of DPS, don't they? Now he's blinking in, sniping a Crypt Gemma, and he's evacuating out. Still has those two just like chilling. Now, of course, this is herO, so this kind of 60T blink opening or 80T blink opening is going into a normal game now, of course, and we are starting to see some immortal production here, but I like this decision here from Reynor. If you know your opponent does not have a Stargate, what you simply do is you create a timing for yourself by utilizing the Spire. You just make about 6 to 8, maybe 10 mutas. 10 is maybe a little bit much, but yeah, kind of around 8 is the golden number. And you fly them into your opponent's base, and then you force a reaction there. And immediately after that, you just overwhelm on the ground. It's gonna be 6 mutas here for Reynor to try and create the timing for himself. He has his +1 missile completed for his ground army. And it's a little bit weird because there's gonna be DTs this time. But I feel like this... Oh, where's it killing? Oh, there it is. It's Adepts actually who got in here. Killing a bunch of drones. Yeah. I don't know. Now he's making a few more mutas, it seems. He has his 6, he's making, yeah, 3 more, it's gonna go up to 9. And then he can move in, he can clear out a mineral line very fast. He can snipe pylons, he can start to snipe ground-only units. He can start to snipe sentries. Will this be seen here? I think you should see that spire. If you hasn't seen the muta yet, you should know about this very soon. Trying to harass with Archons now to get rid of those blink DTs. The mutas are coming in. And I don't think he had seen them yet, so he will see them now, and yeah. We're gonna lose a bunch of probes, as you can see here. Loses a Stalker, and this is only a diversion. This is a diversion, and this is the combo punch coming in here at that 3rd base, or 4th base in this case. But this diversion, like, it's basically you create 2 fires which are extremely hot, and if you have to put out one, and herO decided to put out the bigger one, I guess, but the other one burning hot enough to kill 15 probes and getting out alive. Now he intercepts this, kind of a little bit of a mistake on that rotation from Reynor, but I think that was more a lucky break and not enough, to be honest, here for herO. This is still looking extremely good for Reynor. Now he's going into Ling Bane here, and a Infestation Pit. Baneling is definitely interesting. He's playing against, like, yeah, there's no AoE, I guess you can just go for Banelings. There's no Storm, there is no Colossi. It's always when Banelings shine the most. And yeah, the mutas, man, you can see there's no Stargate, so there's no counter. Workers still on strike here. They're like, alright, we're never gonna go back into muted territory. Actually rallying in at the worst time, basically. But these mutas, they have killed 20 probes. They're really doing great for themselves. I guess the only advantage really herO is going for himself is the 2-2 upgrades, but do 2-2 upgrades matter when you're facing 30 Banelings? 38 Banelings. Now again, mutas coming in, sniping even more probes here. And they're so annoying. He's not committing to 3-3 yet. I think you need to get this going. It's the only advantage you have right now. You need to build on that. To lean on that advantage. He's going to throw down Templar Archives now. Trying to go up to Storm most likely. He needs some kind of AoE. He recognizes this, but it might be already too late. He sees this army going across the map, and I think this is where you... Like, I don't even know what you're supposed to do. You need Storm against this. It's not like you can make sentries, because there's already so many Ravagers in this army. Now he's trying to intercept this, but yeah. You need to start to blink. But again, mutas harassing him at the exact moment when it's valuable. And this Bane run-in didn't do too much. But it again creates an opening. And this army's out of position. Yes, it's vastly out of position. Now, Bane's not doing that great, but it's all he needed. He creates this kind of positional imbalance, and then he snipes the base, and he's gonna go out. He's gonna go in with the Mutas again, killing even more workers. They have paid more than for themselves already at this point. Creating opportunities, killing workers, still killing even some stalkers, man. Still being alive, being annoying. And another group of 34 banelings is gonna be the weapon of choice here. Slayer Mutalisks. Predator Slayer is the next rank, I guess. Now, if this army falls, herO is gonna fall. This is so many Banes. This is so many Banes. Oh my god, it's so many Banes. Wow. GG. So many Banes. Oof. So yeah, Golden Wall going to the Zerg player. Wow, so many Banes. That was crazy. I should have looked at the Bane number. It's probably like it was probably like at 50 or 60 or something. It was incredibly high. Alright, let's go into the next map. A second here, it's gonna be still Reynor playing a Zerg. Does not want to play that PvP against one of the greatest of all time, potentially, in herO. Next map is gonna be Alcyone. That was so many Banes, man. But yeah, those Mutas, like whenever you see your opponent, your Protoss opponent in a ZVP matchup in that case does not have a Stargate, you can create that opening for your army movement with those Mutalisks. You don't commit heavy onto Mutas, you don't have to go like 20 or 30 Mutalisks. You only go 9 or 8, somewhere around that number. And then you go in, and then you just snipe workers. You start to harass those worker lines, because it goes unscouted, right? That's the big key of that strategy. By the way, let's hop into the next game here. In the bottom left of Alcyone, it's gonna be herO, and the top right, it's Reynor, and this is best of 5, of course. So yeah, the big key is it goes unscouted, and then you can just go into those worker lines while there's no cannons up, there's no shield batteries up, there is no stalkers in place, and you will be guaranteed 9 or 8 Mutas or something around that, like 10 Mutas is enough to kind of clear a worker line rather fast, and they don't have a chance even with a pull and a warp in to save enough workers. So the Mutas will always pay in that scenario for themselves, and during that time you force your opponent to do several things, right? You force them for a most likely a defensive warp in, you force them to reposition at least some part of that army, to split the army, and you force them to evacuate some drones. So you force like 3 very vital actions or 4 very vital actions at one moment of time, and that creates the opening at a 3rd base or 4th base location for your main army to just push in and maybe snipe a base. And that was exactly what we saw. There was a beautiful execution by Reynor and a very good read in that game. And herO, unfortunately, well, he did never get that information, and that's where he lost out. Didn't get a chance to build that counter up. No cannons, no shield batteries, as I said. No static D in place. He didn't have a Stargate, so no Phoenixes. If you know Mutas are coming, it's so easy to counter them, but if you don't know them until they're inside your mineral line already killing workers, it's gonna be terrible. Now, next map. New strategies. What's gonna happen this time? This is not a full wall. This is not a Blink DT build, I hope. It kind of looked a little bit not that great in the last game, so I don't know. Maybe he was looking for something very specific to do with that Blink build, or DT Blink build. but it feels a unnecessarily all-in strategy, kind of. With not that big of a end value. That makes sense. Feels like if you get behind with that strategy, you really get very far behind. He made 80 Ts before his third base. That's a lot of money. That's like, imagine you make 4 Archons before you go up to a third base. And you make like an upgrade for your Archons. It's so much money. Now this game, looking to be a very standard opening here. From herO, going into that Adept, going into that Oracle. And it probably starts some Adept Oracle harassment. Going for a fast and nice early third base here, of course, with this style. First Oracle's out, you want to throw down that third Nexus. And he's gonna check this Overlord and gonna find it with that Stalker. Poke it down. You can already rally that Oracle across, but keeping it here might be wanting to team that up with the second Oracle before moving out actually on the map. And also keeping this base a little bit safer against any link floods. Which of course are not gonna occur in this specific game. Small supply block here for Reynor, already has a few overloads on the way. But yeah, this drone morphing into a spore is gonna open up that queen to start building here. Now double Oracle. It's gonna come in, see if they can find anything. Because they should know this is the least drone base, because I mean it could still be the base with the least defensive possibilities, but yeah, there is no real opening here for Reynor, so herO is gonna have a tough time to find any damage. If Reynor is on top with his queen movement, he has 3 queens in the main, 3 at the third base, and he has like a spore at the natural. Now 3 oracles, 6 depths, they definitely can start trade on against those queens if they're out of position. Now he's shading in and he's going on top of 3 queens here. Can he bust them down before they kill the oracles? Indeed, the answer might be yes. Now he's gonna lose 1 oracle, a couple of queens coming in with some clutch transfuses, and in the end this might pay out here for Reynor if he can get these oracles. But if those get out, it's not that bad of a trade for herO, but it's definitely, it was about like 1 queen away from snowballing. If he kills that queen and starts working on those links with the oracles, then things go really south for Reynor. But as things are, I feel like this was actually a okay defense. It wasn't great losing those queens, but getting 6 adepts and killing an oracle is definitely okay. Not losing any drones. Now throwing down his 4th base here. Lair of course is done. He's going into that roach tech. Start up that speed though. He does not really have the gas currently. It might be something that happened there. A little bit of the... I think that the 3rd geyser was not being placed basically during this time, so... There should have been a 3rd gas already operational, and this is where the gas is lacking currently here for Reynor. Going into the roach speed, a little bit delayed, as you can see. But shouldn't be that big of an issue. So you're gonna be fine. Does not really want to play a +1 roach speed timing with this, I think. Since he's going up to that 4th base. And yeah, should be all good for him. Even throwing down some extra gases on the 3rd base now. Probably opening up that path too high for him here very soon. Should probably start working on an infestation pit in the close future. I'm kind of expecting the next gas to go into that. And there we see. Infestation pit. On the other side of things, Protoss is just finishing up this magnificent building made of gold plating. It is a robotics bay. Already starting that upgrade immediately, going into double Colossi production here. Love to see it. And throwing down a few more gates, throwing down this 4th base. Now, throwing down the extra gates in your main I mean, they're gonna be safe production, right? But you can always utilize those as a wall. Now, going for this base, though, if you want to wall this area, it's just gonna be too much of a wall. I don't know. I really like it when Protoss utilize like a 3-gateway wall in some positions, you know, just block off the base a little bit better against any Ling attacks, like this one, for example. Even though sheer battery cannon combination with a few stalkers and reinforcements are definitely gonna hold this one. Now, Reynor is kind of fake pushing out right now. He's sitting at a good amount of supply, so he's considering about trading a little bit, but he does not really want to force a big fight. He's just like, oh, hey, look at this. You need to be careful. You don't want to attack too fast. You don't want to go into Storm and Colossi with this right now, right? Do you? That's basically what he's making sure. Hatchery on the gold on the way here, and yeah, herO can definitely push across if he wants right now. He's gonna have the range in a second. He's gonna have 4 Colossi in a moment. And he's sitting at 7 gates, a little bit low. But he can reinforce this army now with that Warp Prism. He can juggle his Colossi. He still has energy for stasis traps or reveals. He also has an Observer, so does not really need any reveals. But on the other side of things, Hive did just finish up Lurker Den, about to finish up. The Lurker upgrades should start immediately here. And we do see the first few Vipers coming across. So this Colossi force is gonna be way weaker in just a moment. We might lose this gold base though before. Now herO is kind of not opening that path, so actually only Colossus really shooting at this is definitely making this a little bit longer lasting than it should be. And granting Reynor some time here. Now he does not want to get flanked from that side, but I mean, this might just be enough here to overwhelm through the middle. And yeah, if there was a flank from behind, this might have been a little bit more difficult, so I don't hate this choice. Reynor, yeah, I mean, he has the tech now, but he's lacking the units, and there's so much in production right now. He's pulling drones against Colossi, that's where you know things are not looking rosy. And this Blink Colossi attack, even though it was only on 7 gates, it's gonna be enough to close out the game. Just the perfect moment really to push in 4 Colossi, being ready with that plus range. And Reynor was going up to Hive, he was going up to Lurkers. He had so much money in transition right now into better things for him to be there in a minute or two. He had those Vipers on the way. It's a bunch of money you put into that, and that's the exact moment where herO struck. And he struck hard. Hard enough to get the game. Laser graph, good stuff. I like it as well, yes. Fully agree. But yeah, the timing was really the key point there in that game. Excellent timing. Now we go into the next map. Let me quickly check what map it is. It's gonna be Ghost River. Oh, I haven't seen this one in a while. It's kind of an easy map to split. It's a fixed expansion pattern map as well, so definitely a little bit of a weird one. I feel like Zerg players usually are the ones that don't want to play this map at all, but let's wait and see. Hopping into the game. Top right, Ghost River. And top left, it is Reynor. Let me actually swap the player scores and things. There we go. Because left, top, I don't know, comes first, so there we go. I'm reading from left to right. You can consider me old school, but it's fine. Now let's see how this is gonna pan out. Of course you force the Zerg exactly to expand into this location, and actually this is the only map I guess I've seen cannon rushes from one player only, Astrea. Maybe it was herO in there as well, but it's more about a gateway rush into this area more than the cannons. The cannons are just to fortify the position. kind of force the block, force the hatchery here on the third, then you make up like a gateway here and cannons here in this area, and then you're like just producing out of there, and you push into this area while you have like one zealot or something killing the third, or something stupid like that, you know? This is the only map that I have seen it in the last 3 years being played on. And that was only in the early days of this map. So it's been a while. Probably like at least a year or something. Now, of course, this is not the case here. It's only a small block into standard pattern of Protoss play. Just having a nice look at the base of Reynor, as the Protoss usually do, harassing the minerals a little bit here, making those drones bounce a bit. I wonder if you do not counter micro this, how much this would make. Like how much it would be worth, how much it would interrupt the mining. If you have like an NII mining, I guess not an NII, if you have just literally auto mining on, you have someone like who doesn't care about this, right? And then you have a pro player literally like trying to harass every close mineral mine as good as possible, try to make them rotate as much as possible. I wonder how much value you can extract out of that. It feels like it shouldn't be that big of a deal, right? I don't know. Now, Rob is going to confirm the third base, but third base does not mean you're not going to get all in. Adept is trying to trade against these links. He's going to get a first link here. So that's going to force another couple actually out of Reynor. He's actually going up 6 more links here. And he already has a few more in his main base, man. He's making a bunch of links. Going up 12 or something. Trying to keep them alive, of course. He does not want to lose them. And Adept going in very, very deep. He's in the main, ladies and gentlemen. This is the main base. Meanwhile, he also has a shade at the natural. Now 2 Adepts are here. He's making a third one. Really wants some Adepts in this game. Making an Oracle as well. Now can herO find some value out of these units? Other than links. He already forced a bunch of extra links. Like, you usually don't see that many out of Reynor. Killed 2. He forced basically 12 links for 2 Adepts at this point. That's a much. That's really a lot. Not a much, but a lot. Oracle is here. He's gonna keep those Adepts safe, and the links are gonna have difficulty rotating now. If he just keeps on threatening with the shades and picks off these links in between the bases. Now, of course, this creep or this hatchery finishes up, so creep is gonna be there, and the queens are gonna have, you know, an easier time fighting at that position. Now herO is gonna come in. I think this missed the first shot. That was very weird. But maybe they did shoot just before they transferred over. So now he's gonna... I hope he was syncing up the shots with the Oracle and the Adepts. But hey, good defense here in the end. Only losing 2 workers. Getting that Oracle, really key. Now second Oracle coming in, really aggressive on that creep. Does not want that to spread across the map, I guess. And it's gonna get... wow. 3 more. Okay. That's good, Oracle, the second one, but... could have been a bit better even. Tiny bit unfortunate there. Now this Adept is gonna be invincible. In that Nuck. Twilight Forge, standard follow-up, extra gateways, that extra double gate, and then we're gonna see 2 more gates in a moment. Going up to 6 gates. Now he still made Adepts. He didn't make any Stalkers yet. He has 6 Adepts. Is he gonna go into Glaives? I don't think so. But is he? So there's the extra 2 gates which I was talking about. There's the +1 first, and there's the blink. See? It's basically a standard play from Protoss, but he's simply making a bunch of more Adepts to just be aggressive on the map. That's all. Now these Oracles kind of running into those rocks. Kind of sticking around there. That's trying to snipe a queen here. I mean, he got some damage on, but transfuse available, so should be no issue. It's gonna go for attack. And here we see the first Stalkers trying to amass. Gateways, extra gateways, finishing up. Oh, actually, wait, he did throw down 2 more gates, so going up to 8 in total. That's a little bit more aggressive than you usually see. For example, in the last game, he was sitting at 4 bases and 7 gates, going up to extra tech, right? So this game might be a bit bigger blink aggression, but losing the adepts here and draining that much oracle energy, I don't think it bodes well for your Fallout blink attack. Imagine if you have those 6 adepts, while you pressure with your stalkers in one area, you can just shade into a base and you can really obliterate any drone line with 6 adepts so fast. So yeah, that would be amazing damage. 2 is still gonna be fine if you want to use those offensively, but maybe a little bit of a wasted opportunity. Of course, and you know, it requires high level execution, but that's something we expect from people like herO. Now, Hydra Din on the way. No Roach Warren? This is gonna be difficult. It's gonna be Blink Stalkers, and this is gonna be Ling Hydra for Reynor, but no Hydras yet. It's only Ling Queen. +1 is about to finish up, that's at least gonna help. But, I mean, 1 bad stasis or the Oracle's in a good position with the Oracle Beam. And this is gonna spell disaster for our Zerg player. I mean, remember, he is down to his last leg here. And yeah, Link's trying to go in here, trying to snipe these pylons, but you can even just stand those adepts behind those pylons. Oh my god, if this stasis trap is gonna go off... Wow, it's still there though. Still blocking that. Hydras are not out yet. 11 in production. His army supply is vastly inflated by production queues. And now finally Hydralisks are joining the fray. Reynor trying to pull the trigger, but it feels like all of his meat shield is already gone. Stasis also trapping a bunch of these links here, reducing the effective fighting power in half from those links. And yeah, already some drones falling. Now he's killing off these rocks. I'm not sure about this one, but I guess he's gonna let them live. No, there we go. Yeah. Guess he just wants to shove it in. The Hydra speed is about to finish. He needs some more links, it feels like. I think he has enough Hydras. He's still making more and more Hydras, but he needs more meat shield. Now the meat shield is gone. There you can see how those Hydras evaporate against those stalkers. Banelings even. But 3 Banes, 12 Links are not gonna save you against 27 Stalkers and 9 Depths. Oh, he actually made those Banes, sorry, offensively, but yeah, it's not gonna clear the mineral line, it's only 9 workers, and there we go. Hero is gonna take the best of 5.